Hello, guys. Good day. Um, you're welcome once again in another section of our class. In our last class, we discussed about the internet, the web, and electronic commerce. Please go and visit that the previous video for you to understand because each and every section lesson is connected to each other. So the first section, the second lesson sections, please try to watch them and then for you to be able to flow in this particular lesson is very important. So this very moment we are going to talk about a very important aspect of our module, our class, which talks about the basic application software. Now remember what I told you that your mobile phone, your smartphone that you're using today is part of computer, which we saw in the previous class. That's why I say you should go and visit those lessons for you to be able to master um, this very particular lesson. Okay, so we're talking about application software. What is an application software? Now, in order for you to flow in this particular um, lesson and for you to evaluate yourself at the end of the day, like I said previously, that learning outcomes are there for you to judge yourself, for you to do some kind of introspection on whether you understand the content or not. So use these learning outcomes, learning objectives, as some may call it, to judge yourself, to filter your understanding on this particular chapter. So lesson. Now the first one is to identify general purpose application and then on to describe office suite, class suite, specialized suite, and utility suite. These nine seven sorry these seven learning objectives are very important for you to master this particular lesson. Now let's go into our lesson proper. Here it says that what not long ago, trained specialists were required to perform many operations. That is true. Before now, there are people who are trained to do a certain jobs in an organization. But today, those people, those careers, those opportunities it's not being replaced with computer. So now we can do all those things like your a typewriter and all those kind of things with what? With your personal computer. Now, competent end users needs to understand the capability of basic application software. That is where you as a student comes in. But irrespective of your degree of your program that you registered for, it's very important for you to understand what all these applications on your computers um, are used for. One of them is what? Word processor, a spreadsheet, a presentation program, database management system. These are basically the most common um, basic application softwares that you see across different devices. Okay. Now, when you look at it, it says here, and what is this application software? An application software simply means, like I see on the picture, okay? Now, it simply means that what is an end user what? Software. Meaning what? That is a software that you, as you that is watching me right now, uses. That software that uses to perform your task is called what? End user what? Software. They used to accomplish different tasks on your smartphone, on your computer. It simply categorizes as what? As end user what? Software. So now our end user software is categorized into is put into three categories. One of them is general purpose applications, specialized and mobile applications. So this, all these three is what we are going to talk about on the presentation. In order for us to understand what these applications, what they entail, what they talked about, what they signifies, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. Okay. So now, when we proceed, we said here that what that um okay, just hold on. Just hold on. Okay, so now because they are general, they are, when talking about these three categories, the first one is your general purpose, right? And in this particular general purpose, in one of the things you see on this end user application is that they have what we call graphic user interface, right? Which consists of what? The icons and what have you. As you can see on your screen, you have your this window, this picture you're seeing. It has your menu bar, your toolbar, your buttons, your dialog box. These are all the components what constitute your user interface of your word, of your general purpose application. Okay. Now we continue on that. For example, of our general purpose application, let's say your Microsoft Word, right? Which has this component of your what? Of your tab. Now, where you see files, that very everything there in that very row is called what? It's a tab. And now your paste, as you can see on the screen here, on the screen here, it works. It's categorized under your buttons, okay? And your ribbon, sorry. Then you have your group, which comprises your font, your paragraphs, and all those things. And then within the line of your ribbon, where you see your 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 gallery, as you can see here, they're all part of what constitutes the component of your typical Word document, Microsoft Word document. Okay, and they are all used to perform different tasks, as you can see on your screen. Now, as we are talking about that, these are the components that you see across your application software. Now, when you look at it now, our first application software, which is general purpose application software, and it says the general purpose software. Why is it the simplest way for you to put it? Why it's called a general purpose application software is that what is commonly being used here in Africa. Put it that, let's put it there, because many people in Africa um use this window, right? That is it. So, and not only on Windows, other uh, um, product like Windows also have what they call their own application software. But now, let's say, for example, your word processor, like your Microsoft Word, your spreadsheet, your PowerPoint presentation program, and your database. We're going to see each of them in detail. Now, your Word document, which is used to create text-based document, like you can see, it can create your menu, can create your you can create your menu, your letters, your fax, your letter, newsletter, manuals, brochures, and so many other things. These are all components of what? application software. Remember, I said application software is what you use to perform a task. Now, as a student, what do you do? You're given an assignment to do, you type that assignment in a Word document, right? That is it. So it enables you to perform your task of doing that very assignment that you are being given. Now, Microsoft Word is popularly used, let me put it this way, in Africa. If you go to other continents, America, they maybe they prefer they prefer the application is Apple and so many others. So all these are all what word processor programs. And now, in that word processor program, you can use it to do a lot of things. You can use it to do your creating of your document, like your flyers. In that very flyer, you have this component that will allow you, it will enable you to check your spell check, to check your grammatical corrections and everything, to do your alignment, center alignment, left alignment, right alignment, to do your grammar check, your font, size of your words and everything. You do your the size, you do your word wrap, your character effect. These are all different things you can perform using your what? Your your typical your typical pictures of your web processor can do for you is this. Enable you to create a file. Another very file you have pictures, you have this, you have different text, colors, and everything put together in one particular what document. Okay. But it also allows you to create a report. You want to present your report to your manager, to your boss, and everyone. This also allows you to do that, creating that very interactive and attractive report. It can also enable you to do that. Now, when we go to spreadsheet, what is a spreadsheet? A spreadsheet enables you as an end user who uses an application software to perform what? To organize, analyze, and then present your graphic numeric data. This is mostly it's used across the board. Let's take example people that are doing economics today. They present a lot of graphic reports of data movement, inflections, and all those kind of things, sales, and all the rest of them. That is what your spreadsheet can do for you. And one of them that is commonly used is your what? Microsoft Excel, right? And then when you're using Apple product, it's called Apple number, and so on and so on and so forth, depending on the one you are using. But if you're using Windows, it's called what? Microsoft Excel. If you're using Google, it's called what? Google Sheet. And look, this is what it can do for you because it enables you to do your calculations, your analysis of so many things. Now, in that, for to make simple use of it, in making sales focus, which gives you a lot of data, the product, the price, and so many other things, right? What your Microsoft Excel will enable you to do is for you to be able to calculate which product is sold is is selling fast, which product is on high demand, and so many other things. You have to tabulate all these things and present a data to the company that was okay. Based on this particular product, this particular service is one that is fast moving. If it's moving this, if it's fast moving this week, that can give you an idea to say, okay, by next week, by next month, this is what the sales can be. And you can only make that through what? Putting in those data together and then be able to make a constructive decision from the data you have. And that is exactly what you can see here right now. It presents your data in graphs, in graphs, in tables, different pie chart, and all the rest of it. And also it gives you the what if analysis, making some comparison, making some projections that if this product was able to be sold this quantity, that means This might be the effect. This might be the cause of it being on a high demand. It can give you that very simple conditional clauses that when A is done, B will happen, and so many other things. Okay. Now we move over to presentation graphic program, and which combine a variety of visual objects to create visually interesting presentation. Like this what you're seeing right now, what you're watching right now is a typical example of what your presentation program can do for you, and this was done using what PowerPoint presentation. We use it Microsoft PowerPoint, sorry, to put up this a good looking presentation. So it enables you to present a report, to present an idea, and so many other, which some of you will be doing throughout the course of your study. So when you are now want to present a proposal, want to present a report, you do that through what your presentation program. Okay. And that is what you can see right now. It has the feature support a document theme, an animations, a template, which enables you to put you can put videos, you can put pictures, and put numbers, you can put letters. It has the ability to combine different things together into one particular word um, um, document. Okay, now we move over to PowerPoint to database management, DBMS. Now, let me put it this way for you to understand that database. When you go to the library, you see the books placed in different shelves, right? Those books you are seeing presented there is a typical example of arrangement of database, right? But database works in a different way. It's a digital representation of what you can see at the library, where you see all those books put into different sections, labeled according to faculties, according to schools, department, and the subject areas, and so on and so forth. In the same manner that your database enables you to be able to organize your files, your data into what? In a proper manner. But now it's being done electronically. It says it's a collection of related data, which, for example, like it says, is electronic equivalent of your physical file cabinet. The same way you can see those books there, the same way that is what your database it does for you electronically. Now, there are many of such, but Microsoft Access for Windows is called Microsoft Access for people who are using Windows. If you're using other programs, they are called different names. Okay, so now, and because of this, look at what you see. It enables you to organize your files, to organize your data into more in organized manner. That's what we call data redundancy. It eliminates duplication. It eliminates, it normalizes it, organizes in a more professional, good-looking way, as you can see on this table. And in this data, it has some features. And one of the features you can see in your Microsoft Access, your Access, the database is what? Primary key. You have your primary key, you have your fields, you have your record, you have your tables, you have your forms. As you can see on this picture, the first one on your left is called a primary key. Primary key simply means is a special word, a unique number that identifies what? That identifies a table, right? Now that everything in that very table is linked to their primary key. For example, your ID is your primary key, and being a unique representation, it cannot be shared by anyone. Like now, your student number, your ID cannot be shared by two persons, except it's only you for life. Okay. Also, it has a field which are given names that are displayed on top of what each each um each table. As you can see here, you have employee number, last name, those things, and so on and so forth. They are all what? Fields. Then you have a table which makes up the basic structure. Everything you can see there is called what? A table. Then you have your record, which will contain information about a person, about a single individual. So let's take example, you can see on this table, just go down, you can see here, this person, the employee number is that, and look at the record. The record is the name, the house address, the home address, the city, and so many other. So all those attributes that identifies you as that person with that very ID number, your first name, your last name, your gender, your phone number, all these things are what are records. Now, we have what we call what? A form. Now, in this very record, that is where you can now build your form. Like now, when you go let's say when you want to register, now we do it online, right? You type in your student number, automatically it populates your information. That very information about you that it populates out for you to confirm, for you to see, for you to verify. Those information are what are called form. Now, example again, when you want to fill a form online, what you're simply doing, you're interacting with a form that is stored in a database. And that very form that you fill, when you say submit, it goes to the database. It completes its role. It has a role called what? A record of you as a person. So this is the word, the feature, the basic features of what of a database. Okay. Please remember, you can always drop a question, contact me for further clarities in case you're missing out anything. Okay. Then we continue. And it says here, in all these things, there is what we call a specialized applications. These are programs that are more narrowly focused on a specific discipline, occupation, a task, and so on and so forth. One of them is what? A graphic programs, web authoring program. We're gonna see them. Now, a graphic program is widely used for graphic arts, for graphic purposes. As you can see what the picture is being depicted there, to draw. Okay. And then which can be a text publishing program, image the program, that when you have your picture, and when the picture is being edited, when you look at your picture, you ask yourself, who is this beautiful person? Okay. That is what graphic programs can do, is changes the picture, that very image, transforms into something that you will be amazed. Okay. And then it will also have illustration programs as well, and image galleries. So now, in a desktop publishing program, which is known as a page layout program, it makes text graphics to create a brochure, newsletter, a newspaper, and textbooks. And that is what is a specialized program that perform this very task of what? Of designing newspapers and so many others. And the most popular one you can see is your Adobe InDesign. You have your Microsoft Publisher and Work Express. Okay, video editing, which is also known as what? A photo editor. It edits and modifies digital a photograph, a photo, which consists of thousands of pixels from image known as what? Bitmaps. So it's able to enable you to do what? To edit a picture and so many. So you have most popular ones like your Adobe, Photoshop, your color paint shop, and others and others. These are all specialized programs, application programs that are used for what? To edit a picture, to beautify a picture, to modify a picture, and everything, so that it can look more different, it can look more beautiful and presentable. Also have another specialized program that is called illustration program, which are used for drawing purposes. Thanks to vector pictures, draw pictures for illustrations, a geometric mapping shapes and objects is created by what? Connecting lines and curves and all the rest. One of the popular you can see is your color draw and your ink ink escape, your Adobe Illustrator. So these are all different kinds of illustration programs that can be used, specialized programs that can be used to do what? To draw, to do all your drawings. Okay. There's also video editing that can be used to edit a video. Let's say you take a video from, you want to change the background. This kind of specialized programs can enable you to change the background of that very picture, giving a total different background of a video. And the most popular ones you can see is my Windows Live Movie Maker, Apple iMovie, and then YouTube video editor. These are all different kinds of programs that can be used on your phone, your smartphone, your desktop, your laptop, for you to do what? To edit existing video. Also, we have video game design softwares. These are programs that are being used to design games. The games, okay? And it gets used as through a gaming design process by bringing characters, putting on characters, joining characters, presenting the movement, all those things you see in a game. That is what they are all the program that are used to design them is called what? Video game design software. Now, another aspect of our lesson, this on the part of what? Web authoring programs. Okay. Remember, we're talking about application programs that are programs that you use as a person to perform your task, your daily task, whether as a student, whether someone in the industry, and so on and so forth. You use these programs to perform your task in your company, in your studies, to do your assignment, to participate in your class, in your learning programs, in your teaching and learning process in your institution. Now, web authoring programs, which are used to design and document file displaying on the web. Now, websites is very interesting. You see a website, very interesting, very capturing, interesting in a way that what is very attractive. The way the pictures, the images, the movies, everything there is on point. That is what a web authoring program can do for you, which are also used by bloggers. You know what bloggers, what blog is all about, which online diary, documentary, and everything. Like I talked about in one of the classes about what blogs is all about. Okay. Now, these are all part of what is done within web authoring programs. Web authoring programs also typically used to create commercial websites, individual personal website, and so many other things. Okay, which allows that very website to be designed. The web editor like your HTML um, website. Because remember, every website today that you see is built behind a code, a program called HTML. Okay, So now, for that to happen, your web authoring program assists you to get that being done. What you see is what you get. That very slogan that you see, that the picture you see, the way they are moving, and all the rest of them. So it's as a result of what your web authoring programs can do for you. And the mostly used one is Adobe um, Dreamweaver, your web expression, your Microsoft expression, web, and so many others. Okay, today your mobile phone that you have right now have a lot of program application, and what you call app is actually means what application. Mobile app this, mobile app that, as you hear every day. The full name is what? Mobile application, or short for mobile app. Is what? App on program for variety of mobile devices. Remember, your system software is there. Now your application is what enables you to perform a task. So one of the typical example of your mobile application, you have your WhatsApp, right? Which runs on your phone, your tablet, and others. Okay, and that is it. So this app, like your braids, the scope are ever expanding. 50, 500,000 just for iPhone and so many others. So you have the one for your app for movie, for videos, for social networking, for shopping, for games, and all that. All those applications, they are all categorized as what? A mobile app. And you get those applications from different stores. You have your Apple Store, you have your Google Play Store, app, um, Zoom, and so many, and uh, Hawaii Gallery, and so many other stores where you can download this. And some are paid, some are free, and so on and so forth. But what the point is that they are all part of what those applications you get from those apps stores are what mobile applications. Software suites is a collection of separate applications that are what bundled together, built together, sold as a group. So these are independent programs, right? Applications. But when you buy them as a single what software, and that is what is called what software suite. For example, we have four types of suits. You have your office suite, which a typical example of office suite, or office software suite, or productivity suite, whichever one you call it, they are all the same. Example of them is Microsoft Office. Remember, it says it's a individual application, separate application that are put together to become one. Now, when you see your Microsoft Office have different programs. Your web processor, you have your spreadsheet, you have your web authoring, like your video editing, like your publishers, your this, your that. These are all different softwares program, but they all put together, and it's called what? Microsoft what? Office. You have your Apple iWork or Open Office. It's a combination of what? Different application sold as one, provided to you as one. You have your cloud, or you have your cloud or offline suite. And one of them is your Google Doc. Remember, in your Google Doc, today, you don't need to install your Microsoft Office on your device. But through your Google Doc, if you register with Google, and then you can have access to all those programs that are like your Microsoft Word and everything, which are Google Doc, which allows you to also perform your daily routines and all that. Okay. And today now we have what is called Microsoft 360. Within Microsoft 360, what do you see? You see your Word, you see your PowerPoint, you see all those applications. Now, it continues from here. So, specialized suites focus on specific applications like calculator draw and all the rest of the money-free softwares and all. So these are all remember when you say specialized suites, they are being designed, they are being built, they are aimed for a particular um function. Okay. You have your utility suite designed to make computing easy and safer. We've talked about that before in the previous lesson. Now, these are program utility suites are put together or to provide a safe internet experience that you are not you are the chance of being scammed or being your device being tampered by unauthorized users is being minimized. Okay, making IT work for you. For example, we talked about Google Doc. Today, through your Google Doc, you're able to create and collaborate with others. Now, that people are no longer will not be able to are being taken away from working in silos independently, but they are now being able to work together as a people. That you can even be working doing a project with someone anywhere in the world, but all of you will be able to contribute, like your assignment that you are doing right here, you are doing or you'll be doing in your study. So they have a group assignment, right? Every one of you have a task to play. Now, instead of all of you typing your task, doing that assignment in your device, and then sending it to maybe the coordinator of your group, what do? You have your Google Doc online, right? So you click your Google Doc, which is Google document online. Be able to type in real time. If let's say you are 10 of you and 10 of you are all online doing the same work, you can be able to see the way the document will be moving. People are typing, people are pasting, people are deleting, everything done immediately. Okay. And now that very document you work on is not saved on your devices, individual devices, but it's saved on the cloud that at any time and in any location you can have access to what? To that very particular document at any given time. So which makes it what is free and easily to use. You just create your account on Google. There you go. Now, remember that every lesson in this module have a career you can make out of it. For example, through your application software, you can be able to build a career towards becoming a software engineer, okay, that have the skills to analyze users' needs and be able to create application to meet those kind of those needs. And then for you to be able to be, for you what can qualify to be a good software engineer, you must have a good communication and analytical skill. You must be able to have a good programming experience as well. Detailed oriented. You don't need to do things haphazardly. We're able to do things in details, okay? And then you also have the web application experience. And again, analytical what? Skills. Many years ago, they are being paid annually between 55 to 71,000 US dollars. Okay. What do we see from today going into the future? we are witnessing currently a new generation of user interface, as you can see on the picture. Then that is you are able to have what, one single interface, right? That's what that can serve different purposes. Like I can see what the picture depicts, which must be what must be comfortable to use. Touch, interactive screens, voice recognition, gestures, um, augmented realities, and all that. So now and into the future, we're going to see more transformation in the technological world in our society, where we're able to, for example, augmented reality, your gesture, that the technology is no longer something that you touch or use, but it's something that can be able to interact, that can be able to read your gesture, you'll be able to read your voice. Like today, we can see that even on YouTube, right? You see a caption of some of this we watch on YouTube, right? And other social media platform. That is what be able, and it's becoming more perfect that they can be able to interpret even when let's say your English is kind of mixed with your home language also, can be able to detect, to understand, to have a more accurate understanding, interpretation of what you are saying. Okay, recognize that very voice and be able to give a more realistic representation of what you said. So now, very important, every section, every lesson section have open-ended questions. This open-ended question, in line with your learning objective, should be able to grill you, to be able to prepare you in mastering this lesson. For example, in this very lesson, we have different, about 5 open-ended questions. Now, explain the difference between general and purpose application. Is that what we talked about? We're talking about general, we're talking about your your word and so many other things. You specialize on this, on those, your video authoring and all the rest of them. Okay. So give this, also discusses the common features of application software, and that is it. So be able to go through these questions, these 5 questions, and tell yourself the truth. If you know them, if you don't know them, that's sure that what you need to be able to study again this very particular lesson. Okay. Do you have any question? Please feel free to consult, to ask your questions. After watching and reading about this learning, this lesson, please, if there anything that you need clarities, please, your lecturer, your instructors are ever ready to assist you. Please remember, in a parting shot, remember for you to go through the first and the second lesson before you can master, because there is direct connection between this and others. Okay. In the at this point, I would like to thank you for watching, and please look look forward to the next presentation, presentation number 4, for another insightful introduction to information system lesson. Thank you and goodbye.